underway, round one.
First thing we're looking to see is to see how Hatton reacts to Alvarez's power shots.
Good stiff jab from Alvarez, and he throws a hook that Hatton blocked most of. Double jab for Hatton. Good right hand to the body from Alvarez. Wings a right hand up top.
You noticed about Alvarez right away, Roy, heavy hands.
Heavy hands. And that's why I say he's a little bit different from most of the Mexican fighters that I've seen in the past. He's not a guy who comes in with The problem with a fighter like Hatton in a fight like this is that I don't think he has the power to make Alvarez respect him at all. So there's no way really for him to keep Alvarez off of him. Now, if he can try to wear Alvarez down, that'll be smart because he's an older fighter, probably a little bit more conditioned fighter, and he probably can take more than Alvarez can.
He made weight. He came into this fight in better condition.
Hatton. His campaign mostly at 147, and he only has 16 knockouts in his 47 pro fights. Well, you like that jab that Alvarez has? He calls it up with a hook.
Love that jab. The only thing you have to wonder about a fighter like Alvarez is at this age, is he throwing really powerful shots? And if he is, they will cause him to tire more in the long run if he doesn't get a quick knockout.
Through a left and then a right hand that landed to the head of Hatton. Hatton tries to come back. Alvarez blocks the offensive.
1 second.
See Hatton's game.
Round two.
Alvarez is so much bigger and stronger and heavier-handed, but hasn't really landed much clean.
Doubles up that left hand.
Beautiful body shot.
Best shot of the fight for Alvarez so far.
And if Hatton waits on him, it's going to be a very short night for Hatton because this guy's a real power puncher. You can't sit back and let him just pick and duck hunt on you. He's picking shots and just banging them on Hatton, and that's not going to work good for Hatton in the long run.
What should Hatton be doing, Roy?
He got to attack and make it an ugly fight. Don't let the kid sit out and set up. The kid is younger, he's bigger, he's stronger, so you must get close to him and make it an ugly fight. If you stay outside, you're not going to beat him. Like that.
He needs to be a little Ricky Hatton, Roy.
Exactly. He got to be a machine, like his brother. Try to wear Alvarez down. We're working. He said he's going to change his rhythm, but I don't see him doing that much.
I got to tell you, so far I think Matthew Hatton's fighting pretty well under the circumstances, you know, considering all the advantages you just laid out for Alvarez.
Good left hook to the body by Alvarez.
Speaking of baseball metaphors, I mentioned before, the punches sound different when Alvarez throws them. They thud differently than other fighters.
Like I said, for a Mexican sensation, he's a very strong puncher.
Well, look at his legs. I mean, look at thick calves, thick thighs. He's got a lot of power base.
Everything about him is against the normal Mexican regiment.
He looks Irish. He is Mexican. He looks Irish, and he fights George Foreman.
Exactly.
And he uses that hook to the body. Does Alvarez. Left hand to the chin, right hand to the nose, and some blood from Hatton's nose as Hatton digs in with a couple of hooks. Counter right by Alvarez, then a short right inside from Alvarez. Oh, good left hook, right hand, left hook again. Blood streaming out of the nose of Hatton. They both throw left. is hurt more.
10 seconds. 10 segundos.
In round number 2.
He really started to walk Matthew Hatton down at the end of that round. Started to care less about his power and started to impose his will on Matthew.
Roy, tell us what that feels like. I mean, you experienced that where you just know that you are stronger and overpowering your opponent.
But once you get to that point, you feel like you got a guy out there in the middle of deep water who can't really swim because there's not really much he can do. He can't really hit you. If he does hit you, he can't hurt you. So you just playing target practice with him. You just waiting on the shot that'll catch him, that'll either knock him out or knock him down because he doesn't have a chance of doing anything to hurt you. And that's what Alvarez is feeling right now.
Yeah, it does already seem like the fight's moved to the point, even though Hatton's kind of boxing well, that it's like, oh, what's the point? You know, like the point here is to see how long Hatton can stand in front of Alvarez, how much punishment he can take. Even though he's, you know.
Left hand from Hatton, and then Alvarez fires back.
Punch, this would be an interesting fight because the one thing about Alvarez that he will have to change later on is that he's not afraid of getting hit. He does not run from punches at all. I mean, he tries to cover up a little bit, but...
Or move from them even.
Exactly. He's never really been afraid to get hit. And I noticed that in a lot of his earlier fights. Hasn't really learned respect for a punch yet.
Right clean.
Little head movement would serve him well.
Stop. Don't get caught up.
Roy, would you say that that's one of the areas of his game that he's got to improve upon as he moves up the ladder? His some head movement?
Has to improve on, immediately. Because if he becomes champ tonight, he's going to become a target right away. A lot of guys are sitting at home right now, such as Winky Wright, praying that he wins and looks for an easier fight and that they can get in front of him because they see that he's capable of being hit and he doesn't really care about getting hit. And in pro boxing, that's one thing you have to learn to respect.
A number of years ago, one thing I really learned to appreciate from Roy Jones Jr., and that's a guy that can throw a 6-7 punch combination. And you watch Canelo Alvarez in the middle of the round, man, when he lets his hands go, it's 5, 6, 7 shots at a time, and he lands most of them. I mean, he's a heck of a combination puncher. One thing, throw a double left hook, and I think it leaves his jaw wide open. But here's a mate. One other thing I want to point out, he's wearing a Japanese boxing glove, winning. Supposedly to protect your hands. So I don't know if Canelo's got bad hands, but he's got the boxing glove. 3-0 Alvarez.
Good point Harold makes, that even though he doesn't have great hand speed, Canelo, he nevertheless puts punches together.
And he does have good power, so maybe he's using those gloves for protection.
And he won't turn 21 until July 18th.
Talk about the recipe for a great action fighter, a heavy-handed puncher who puts punches together and doesn't move his head. There are going to be some classic wars in his future.
That hurt really
left
bad,
hand to the body.
Yeah, that hurt bad.
You saw Hatton sort of cover up. That one hit the sweet spot. Then he goes with a right hook to the body and a right cross from Alvarez. Doubles up the left hand.
There's a cut.
Cut over the left eye of Hatton. Plenty of time to go here in round 4. Alvarez doubles up that left again and a right.
Oh, good shot. See, right there, he's not protecting himself. And a seasoned veteran will land big shots on him right there. That's the things he got to work on as he proceeds to go forward with his career.
Left, right to the body, right to the head from Alvarez.
He got to work on that defense. Well, we know that if he's anything like his brother, that's one thing he definitely is game.
Runs in the family.
Definitely not as hard of a puncher.
Big round 4 for Canelo Alvarez.
10 seconds. 10 segundos.
Second time in Hatton's career he's been cut.
Right. Right here you see Canelo come in. He goes a right uppercut followed by a left body shot. A beautiful combination. Hatton's hands were up protecting his head. He never saw that body shot coming. And that's why it hurt so bad. Then Canelo follows with a right hook to the body, left hook to the head, and a right uppercut. A vicious uppercut that possibly caused the cut, if not that right hand over the top.
Yeah, referee Lou Moret informed.
They stopped the fight because of the cut on a clean shot. I mean, I don't see how else he wins the fight.
Yeah, he's dead. He's starting to get tired. You're starting to see his punches fall off a little. And Canelo's just resting right now, taking his time. So if Hatton was a beast like his brother, was really coming at Canelo hard, we'd find out a lot about Canelo tonight.
Yeah. Although even then, he's so outsized in the fight, you know?
We're in Anaheim, California. Age from Mexico in the purple, 35-0 with 26 knockouts against Matthew Hatton, 41-4, 16 knockouts. Earlier tonight, Adrian Broner, unanimous decision win against Daniel Judge's scorecards 99-91. It was a closer fight than 99-91.
I mentioned earlier,
good left hand to the body by Alvarez again. Hatton goes back to the body.
That we know Alvarez can hit the fastball. Can he hit a curve? Can Matthew Hatton throw him a curve? Matthew Hatton's trying to throw him a curve. He's moving around him, stepping around him, throwing body, center lead curve. That's why he's in the ring with Alvarez.
He's just too small, too light of a puncher.
That's it. This is about getting the promotional tool that is a title belt nowadays around Alvarez's waist, getting him more exposure on HBO, and getting people excited, and they should be excited about him. He's an exciting fighter.
10 seconds. Yes,
it comes to the end of round number 5.
And you don't need a belt attached to anything to have a legendary night.
And I was going to say, to Alvarez's defense, he didn't ask for the belt. They offered to let him fight for the title. And if I were in his situation, coming up at 20 years old and got a chance to make history, of course I would accept the belt too. So
nothing against Alvarez, of course not. And it should be noted, Alvarez fought some tough guys early in his career, guys who went on to win significant fights. It's not as though the quality of his opposition for a 20-year-old's been bad. It's been exceptionally good. It's just that now that it's apparent the kind of connection he has to the fans, his promoter is being very careful with him.
Without a doubt, but anytime you can get 35 wins in a row, I don't care.
And he gets hit enough that as he moves up and through the ranks, and starts fighting better level of opposition, it's going to create even more intrigue in his fights.
You never saw Roy Jones in a Ward Gaddy type fight, and that was on purpose.
You're exactly right.
And wound up a consummate boxer puncher. Do you think, Roy, that Alvarez has the tools to wind up a consummate boxer puncher?
No, not at all. If you look at his attitude right now, his attitude is kill, kill, kill.
But that's attitude. Do you think he has the physical attributes to do it?
You can have all the physical attributes you want to have. If your mentality is kill, 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 and you punch like he punches, and you're built like he's built, then that attitude punches. But he was a technician who really didn't like to get hit.
Really? You think that?
First time I saw him, I said, here's a guy who's going to be on the top pound for pound list. Not because of his offense only, but because of his defense. If you look at this kid here, he's different because he don't care. Here's the Alvarez, and a hook to the head, that hook to the body with a right hook following it to the body, then coming back with another hook to the head. Beautiful 4-punch combination.
You feel the will of Alvarez just wearing and wearing and wearing on Hatton. What a combination by Alvarez.
Respects, also showing some patience here. You know, he's coming forward, he's throwing and landing the big shots, trying to catch him in an exchange. But it's not like he's just throwing caution to the wind and trying to run over him, Roy.
Good point, sir. You think he's afraid of the fans? He's supposed to grab that fighter by the glove and say 1 point from this guy.
Well, Alvarez wants to get that point back. Vicious body shot from Alvarez on Hatton here in round 7.
Listen to this. Want to cheer for him so bad.
Hatton's only been stopped once in his career. Fights back and eats a right hand. Hatton comes back with a left and holds on. Looks like Hatton has weathered the storm here in round 7.
Mr. Fight Hatton has been leading all night. This is the safer fight for him. Either get it or get it.
I think he's going to get it, Roy.
Here they were tied up. Hatton hit him behind the head. So he hits Hatton in the face on the break, but the ref had already called for a break by the time he hit Hatton in the face. You can't outbox this kid because the kid punches too hard from outside. So why would you stay outside and allow him to pop you with these big punches? The way Hatton should be fighting is inside, making it a rough fight and throw as many short, quick punches on the inside as he can. That's the safest thing for him.
Or at least it's the one strategy that maybe on the outside could result in success, because the other strategy clearly doesn't. Even if it feels like the safer strategy, he's not having enough success with it.
With the outside?
Yes.
Exactly. That's why I'm saying he should get inside and make it a closer fight.
Alvarez kind of missed with that right hand, bounced off the shoulder of Hatton.
See that? See the room is getting with that hook. You can't give a puncher that kind of room.
Break! Breaks!
You see Alvarez now walking in with his hands down. Because he has not been able to land the shots really clean when Hatton's in a defensive posture. Roy, it looks to me like he wants to sucker Hatton into an exchange.
He does. That's the shots he wants right there because Hatton's giving him room to throw the
base drum.
I mentioned Hatton had only been stopped once in his career. It was his 16th pro fight in England against David Keir in the 4th round at 150 pounds.
Seconds, 10 segundos. Cuidado.
Alvarez opens up at the end.
Combination of one, he must have copied off of me. I just can't believe it. A beautiful overhand right, then a left hook to the body that really takes the wind out of an opponent.
By the way, Mickey Ward had a pretty good damn left hook to the body.
Yeah, he did too. I must admit it.
Cotto, when he was younger, especially with the hook to the body.
Too.
Of course, Joe Frazier, and the list goes on.
Let him go. Let go of his hands.
Hatton.
See, why would he back up right there? That's what he wants. That's what he should have kept. I don't understand why you back up.
Down to the 9th round.
Yeah, but he didn't have to make the weight.
Right. Just that it indicates a certain level of seriousness in training.
It does. It does.
If he were fighting, you know, Manny Pacquiao, Alvarez, something tells me he'd be on weight.
As many shots as he takes, that might not be the only thing he'd be on.
No,
Hey, with that said, though, Hatton has thrown 30 punches to Alvarez's 16 in this round.
Well, Alvarez is a little tired from throwing those big punches, too. I told you. Big shots take a lot out of a fighter.
Especially the one catching him.
Seems like whenever he needs to, though, he finds that left hook to the body.
And he knows that will keep Hatton weak. Oh, good shot. Good shot.
That's what he's been looking for all fight, Alvarez. He wants to catch Hatton in an exchange with a left hook.
Hatton landed a good left hook.
Alvarez steps in with a combination. Hatton trying to tie him up, and does.
Alvarez threw a beautiful triple left hook.
Hatton showing his grit. Alvarez's power. Good uppercut inside from Alvarez. Hatton holds on.
He better.
10 seconds, 10 segundos.
that's how he took a point. But be as it may, Canelo Alvarez pictured a shutout. And, you know, I keep wondering, I keep saying to myself, if Canelo were and the panic is out in front. Anyway, 8 rounds to nothing. Canelo Alvarez with 1 even.
I don't think he would have gotten him out. I think Hatton's done a good job of protecting his chin, Roy.
Yeah, he has.
Yep.
He's done a superb job of protecting that chin.
Roy, do you get to a point here where you just say, if you're like Alvarez, all right, I got to try to figure out a way to finish this guy off?
No, you do what he's doing. You know, he's taking his time. He's being smart. I mean, this is his first world title, and he's still holding the composure like a veteran. And you gotta love that about this kid.
He is a veteran. 5 years in the game already. It's amazing.
At 20 years old.
Yeah, this is his 223rd round as a pro.
Yeah.
For Hatton, this is his 309th round.
Yeah, but I can guarantee you, Hatton hasn't faced the competition that Canelo has.
That's right. And you know, whatever you say about whatever his limitations ultimately may be, Canelo, he is a prodigy at the age of 20 to be fighting at the level he's fighting and to already have the resume he has.
He's landing a beautiful hook when Hatton's coming in. Oh, low
blow by Hatton. Now
that hurt him.
Left and a right.
Yeah, that hurt him bad.
Alvarez doesn't allow himself to get tied up this time. Oh, he wants to finish off Hatton here.
And I love how Alvarez pivots around and throws that left hook. I used to do that a lot as a young fighter.
Straight right hand off the left. Combination from Alvarez. Hatton comes back at him.
Here you see Hatton, while the holder land a bad left low blow. It looked like it was almost purposely. And Canelo responded to it, came with a beautiful left hook to the jaw. Then Hatton thinks about Hollywood and goes down for a minute, hoping the ref will do something.
Trying to win an extra point there.
Yeah, Canelo comes back and throws a left hook with right hand and lands with a beautiful double right hand. The guys who are a little bit less talented work the hardest.
Which is why when you get a Manny Pacquiao, you thank your lucky stars.
Very few fighters can put the whole package together.
Let him go. Break. Break. Listen to my command.
You know what this kid reminds me of? Canelo reminds me of an early Darren Van Horn.
Break. Let him go.
Van Horn was slick like this, had good side-to-side
Schoolboy.
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
Definitely, he turned pro about 15 years old and became a junior middleweight champ pretty early too.
And Iran Barkley ran over him in 2 rounds eventually.
Exactly, but this is who this kid reminds me of right away.
But with more talent, I think, Roy, bigger puncher.
Yeah, this kid is a much bigger puncher.
Hatton's endured a lot of punishment, but he keeps hanging in there and trying to get his big shots off of his own.
And with more to connect with people the way he's connected.
Well, he's totally different in every aspect. You know, he's not built like normal Mexican fighters. He doesn't look like Mexican fighters, so.
Yet he gives the crowd their money's worth.
That's exactly right, and he's not afraid to share punches. Oh, good body shot.
Good left hook to the body by Alvarez.
He brings it, he's right in your face. He's definitely an action-packed figure waiting to, they want to see action. They want to see a guy who doesn't care about getting hit, and that's exactly what Alvarez is. He tries to avoid it, but he really doesn't care.
And now the drama here, as I see it, is Matthew Hatton's championship. Can he go the distance while trying to win the whole time? Not just last the distance, but
Alvarez has landed the huge power shots. Hatton has hung in there, though.
Alvarez has beat Miguel Cotto's brother. Now he's going to beat Ricky Hatton's brother. And pretty soon it's going to be time to stop fighting the brothers and stop
Thumping right hands from Alvarez to the head of Hatton.
Laid on his right side, Hatton did, and Alvarez did just what he was.
The referee is looking at Hatton very closely now. Oh, good shot.
Don't hold. Let him go.
Counter right hand from Hatton.
With the limited tools that he has, he's given it one heck of an effort.
Yeah, I mean, he changed the story of the fight from can Alvarez stop him to can Hatton go the distance.
Good hook by Hatton.
10,000 fans here in Anaheim to see the headliner, Saul Alvarez, the 20-year-old out of Mexico. Using left hands to the body all night long. Hatton with a combination of his own.
Break.
I tell you, I like the combinations by Alvarez.
Don't hold, Matt. Don't hold.
Oh, good
Left
shot.
and a right to the ear.
That hurt him bad.
Hurt Hatton's on wobbly legs.
What happens when you don't hold?
Somebody will tell that to the referee.
Oh, Hatton's game. He's going to make it to the end.
Saul Canelo